Imagine getting paid just for sharing your thoughts on products and services you use every day. With Survey Junkie, it's that simple. Click on the link in the video description to discover how you can start earning today by taking surveys.
A homeowner has been left fighting to get her savings back after a SWAT team destroyed her home during a standoff with a fugitive. Vicki Baker, originally from McKinney, Texas, was over 1,800 miles away in Montana when her home became the hub of a SWAT operation. On July 25, 2020, Wesley Little kidnapped a 15-year-old girl and held her hostage in Baker's newly renovated property. 3 hours into the 8-hour standoff, the girl was released, but Little refused to come out and he eventually killed himself. He told officers he had terminal cancer, wasn't going back. Toprison knew he was going to die, and was going to shoot it out with the police. A lawsuit filed by Baker against the city of McKinney stated. In an attempt to get the fugitive to surrender, SWAT stormed the property with highly destructive tactics, the complaint claimed. SWAT showered the home with explosive devices and toxic gas grenades, causing extensive damage to the sum of around $60,000, the suit claimed. It was a very, very traumatic time, the 79-year-old told our channel as she prepares to take her fight for compensation to the Supreme Court. They went in through the roof. There was a hole in the roof, the back gate, the garage door, all the windows and the front door, everything, she recalled. Around 30 tear gas canisters were fired through the windows, impacting the building's electrical systems, which had to be replaced. Baker's only compensation was for the blood cleanup, she explained. No other property damage would be covered despite a clause in the Fifth Amendment stating, "Private property shall not be taken or damaged for public use without just compensation." Baker used this takings clause as well as a similar law under the Texas Constitution to try to claim back the tens of thousands of dollars she says the city owes her. "It was literally draining my savings," the cancer survivor said after she was forced to go into her 401k to repair the property. "It took all the cash, and what she has left is not enough to really survive when you're 79 years old." While her compensation claim was initially granted by the court, the city launched a successful appeal in October 2023. Baker's petition for a rehearing was denied in February 2024, leaving herself and her legal team at the Institute for Justice no choice but to take the matter to the highest level. 6 judges voted in favor of a rehearing, while 11 voted against, court documents show. On Friday, Baker appealed to the Supreme Court urging judges to hear her case and make a ruling that could protect the Fifth Amendment and homeowners across the country. The Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals overturned the decision to award Baker the damages in October 2023. As a matter of history and precedent, the takings clause does not require compensation for damaged or destroyed property when it was objectively necessary for officers to damage or destroy that property in an active emergency to prevent imminent harm to persons, the court concluded. It added that compensation is not due as it was objectively necessary for officers to damage or destroy that property in an active emergency to prevent imminent harm to persons. This argument was not made in court, meaning Baker's lawyers could not defend her against the position, which instead saw them file for a rehearing, which was subsequently denied. Baker and her attorney Jeffrey Redfern sat down with our channel ahead of the filing. For the team, the legal issue is much larger than just $60,000. With Redfern saying that he hears of similar cases probably every 1 to 2 weeks, meaning it is happening a lot nationwide. He explained that he and his colleagues are continually coming up against different arguments from the government about why the Constitution shouldn't apply in this context, when litigating similar cases. The one thing they all have in common is this idea that, we're doing something important, so we shouldn't be constrained by these kinds of rules, he said. But the Fifth Amendment, in particular, was designed to make sure that even when the government is doing something important for a really good reason, it's not putting disproportionate burdens on random unlucky individuals like Vicki. The lawyer explained that this is becoming an issue in numerous cases that are not just related to SWAT damage but any situation where